Yes, welcome back to Introduction to Basic Counseling, Module 1, Topic number 2. Let's get started. As we continue, remember, we started to look at those form of skills that we need for an effective counseling. Then number 4 now, in our continuation, number 4 is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing. This skill is used by the counselor to reflect back the key points of the client's story. Hello? Are we together? It's used to reflect back on the client's story. It is sometimes described as holding up a mirror to the client so they can hear the words repeated back to them. Paraphrasing. Ability for a counselor to reflect back to the key points of the client's stories. When you are doing that, you're actually doing 2 things. Number 1 or 3 things. The skills you are portraying when you are paraphrasing. Number 1 is it let the client know you are paying an attention and hearing them. Hello? It does makes you to make the client to understand that what? That you are paying attention and you are also listening to them when you are paraphrasing. Number 2, the client can be sure that you have listened and gives an opportunity to correct or heard an information. Then the third key skills using paraphrasing is that it gives the opportunity for the client to hear the power of their own word. So when you are paraphrasing, when your client is telling you their stories of their life, 3 things you are doing when you are paraphrasing is the skills that we have just talked about now. Number 1, it lets your clients know that you paid their attention and you also held what they have said. Number 2, the client also have that confidence that you have listened to them and they be responding a positive response. Then number 3, it also gives the opportunity for the client to hear the power in their own words. So let's look at this example of paraphrasing for you to understand better. For instance, client, this is a client, Valerie. Client Valerie says, my father is very ill and I'm worried. He lives a long way away and now we have to get a train to see him. I really cannot afford that fare and I have very little money at the moment. Then the counselor, Adela, you are concerned about your father's health? I mean, traveling to see him is giving you money worries as well? See, this is paraphrasing here. Just here. You are trying to recap on the story of your client. But remember, you are not recap word by word of what the client says, but you try to pick some important aspects of what the client says. It's concerned about your father's health, and then you are traveling to see him. You are traveling to see him giving you worries as well. 2 keys in this story. You have already paraphrasing. Be thoughtful that paraphrasing is rewarding the client's story in your own word. Hello? Are we together? Paraphrasing is what? It's ability to recount or to rewarding your client's stories in your own word. Avoid repeating back that word for word. That is not a paraphrasing. That is paraphrasing. Are we together? So if you are to be counting those words or rewarding those client stories one by one or word by word, that is not paraphrasing. That is paraphrasing. So for the paraphrasing, you just pick those important aspects of the story and try to recount on them. Then number 5 skills is reflecting. Reflecting is a skill that can be used in conjunction with paraphrasing at times. This skill picks up on the emotions shown by the client as they are telling their stories. Reflecting is a skill that can be easily picked up, kind of emotions shown by the client as they are narrating their stories. You're not clear? Okay, let's look at this example. Client Fleury again, clutching a fit. You see the kind of, when you are, kind of emotions, when you are angry, the way your feet moves or rolls, clutching a fit. I don't know why my father chose to live so far away from me when he knew how ill he was going to become. Then Councillor Adela, you seem angry at your fathers for moving so far away, or so far away. You seem angry at your father for moving so far away. Client Valerie, I am. I know I have to travel halfway across the country to see him. He's so selfish. In the above interaction, you can see how reflecting and paraphrasing works together. Clenching of feet is reflecting an emotional that you pick from your clients when they are narrating the story. Then paraphrasing, recounting or rewarding on the key point of the storytelling. So reflection can also take the form of using the client's own word to reflect back to what they've said. To avoid parrot phrasing, it is important to pick out just the key words. Focusing on the words that convey emotion is usually a good strategy. Are we together on that? Reflecting. Then the last one is empathy. Number 6, empathy. Sometimes referred to as the frame of reference. The frame of reference. It is the client's unique worldview. By being empathic and emotionally working in the client's shoes, a counselor understood both narrative and felt emotional experience by the client. This skills is sometimes referred to as listen to the music behind the words. Empathy. When you show the kind of empathy for your client. For instance, maybe the client was raped and she was trying to narrate how those group of men raped her. There's a kind of stage or a kind of point in her story that can make you to shed tears, maybe as a mother or as a counselor that can feel the pains that the client felt. So there's nothing bad in it when you take your tissue things, just try to clean up your tears. It shows the client that he can see you in the same shoes that she or he is. Are we together on there? So when you have to show the empathy, emotional mood to show that you really in the same shoes that your client is or she is. Self-awareness gained through personal development is vital here, in other words, to avoid getting pulled into your own material and so slipping back into your frame of reference. So what you are trying to say here is that you have to be self-awareness when you are also showing empathy to the client. You have to be what? You have to be very careful when you are showing those kind of emotional or emotions in terms of escalating the empathy to your client. You have to be self-awareness. So these are the key points that we have talked about in topic number 1 and topic number 2 as part of forms of skills that you will need in order to have an effective counseling section with your clients. This is where we stop for this end of topic number 2. In our next topic number 3, we shall be looking at, it will be the continuation of what we have started in topic number 2. Thank you for listening. See you again in topic number 3.